How to create a quote using Teesom. First, I'm going to show you the basics of this program. You'll see that I have listed several different jobs. All of these are arranged according to their due date, which you can see in the center column here. Then it's the customer name. The customer is typically a business, and the customer has a contact number or contact person typically. Then you have the invoice number here over on the left-hand side and the title of the job. If I want to change any details on one of my pre-made invoices, I can simply click on the invoice number. And you'll see that it opens up. For today, we're just going to practice making a new order. So we're going to act like this order is from Harding Film School. But for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to use a preset account that says Vance. So I'm going to first click New Order, and I will type in my customer name. So Vance is my contact. I can either type the name of my contact or the name of the company. Since this is a dummy order, it's just going to say Blitz Apparel. So I'll click on my contact information. Now I will type in the name of my job, Harding Film School. And under the first job, I'll type the same thing. You might ask, why is there an order and also a job? The reason is because a customer might order multiple different pieces of artwork. Say they want green shirts for one design, and black shirts for another design, and the two different colors of shirts are going to have two different colors of designs. In that case, we would have to create two jobs within this. So let's actually do that. I'll say green shirts in my first job description. Create. It's immediately going to open up a new invoice. You can see the invoice number listed here at the top and also on the right-hand side, 1655. Now these are going to be for green shirts. They want comfort color shirts. So I'm going to add items to this job number 1, clicking the plus. I'll come down to a catalog item. Now they want comfort colors, so I'm going to type in 1717. Now you can see that multiple different products come up. 2 of them are the same product, but from different distributors, Sanmar and S&S. I'm going to use S&S. Now they told me that they wanted it to be the color light green, so I'll scroll down until I hit light green, and they want 5 of each size, small through double extra large. So I can say 5 tab, 5, and just tab over until I get all of them done. If they wanted some other color shirts that have the same design, I could add those at this time. I'll save, and you'll see that those have been added to my window. Now let's say that they want also some beefy tees with the same design on them, and they want these to be in green. I'll click on catalog item 5180. And they want these to be oregano, and they want 5 of each size. So now it's up to 50 shirts. I'm now going to come up and press the plus icon. And I'm going to add a new imprint. My imprint is going to be called Film Reel. You'll note that it says user-friendly description. So this is a great opportunity to just, in its simple words, describe what the image looks like. For this job, they want a front print. So I'm going to say full front. They want it to be screen printed. So I select screen printing. Now I'm at price list. They want it to have an underbase so that it appears very bright on these dark green colored shirts. And they want it to have 2 colors, white and black. So there will be underbase and white and black. So I'll type in 2. Now I'll save that. You'll see that all of that information automatically updated at the bottom. A full front 2-color underbase image, and it's added 3 screens. So now you can see that our price has been updated because all of these are worked in. If for some reason I decide that I wanted the customer to see the price of the print as a separate item, I could deselect this, which would remove it from the total fee, and it would show as a separate line item in the invoice. Almost always we want it built in. Now I'll say plus. They want a one color print on the back that just says, that just is the logo, and it's on the back of the neck. So I'll put it back of the neck. It'll be screen printed. It's going to be black, so there will be no underbase because it's a dark color on a lighter colored garment. I'll type in 1 for my number of colors, and I'll save. You'll see that it's added another screen in addition to my first two. Now, I have my first job all made, and I'll review that in a minute. Now let's make our second job. They want some black shirts with a different design on them. So I'll come up and I'll say new job. Under this one, I'll say black shirts and scroll down to job 2. I can click the plus icon and I'll add my items. Again, they want the 1717. This time they just want the comfort colors, no Hanes BVT. And I'll add 5 of each color, or 5 of each size. Save. And they want a simple one color front print on this. So I'll say new imprint. Remember, I'm going to hit plus, new imprint. And on this, they're simply going to want it to be a smiley face. Screen printing, screen underbase, one color. Save. So now you can see within my invoice, within my work order, I have 2 different jobs. One is green shirts and has comfort colors and Hanes. The other is black shirts. Now, I'm going to go in and manually edit a couple of things. First of all, I always charge $2 extra for the double extra large shirts. You'll note that the price here is my listed price of the shirt. And up here is the price of the shirt with the print fees and screen fees included. So the green price is what my customer sees. I see this as the price of my shirt. So if I look down here, I want the price of my double extra large shirts to be $2 more than small through XL. So I will click on edit. I will unlock that and I'll type in 12.14, 12.14. And that's going to make my shirt exactly $2 more for a double XL. A triple extra large through 6XL is going to be $4 more. So I can manually update that as well. Now I'll scroll up and I'll do the same thing to this job. So it's going to be $10.89. Now I go over and I ask myself, does all of this look correct? Once you've worked at Blitz Apparel for a while, you'll kind of have an idea of how much things cost. And so if there's multiple different designs on a comfort colors shirt, 50 of them, you ought to know that it's going to be somewhere between $10 and $20. And if I'm looking at this, I'm going to say, okay, $14.39, that seems reasonable for a t-shirt. And I scroll down to my next product and I see, $5.50. That doesn't seem right. And we've just discovered a glitch in the Teesom software. This is not common, and it really only appears to happen with Hanes colors. And that's why I brought up the Hanes specifically. So because they have not given us the correct information here, we're going to have to manually insert a price on these Hanes BVTs. In order to do that, I have to come up here, add a new tab, go to SNS, and I'm going to type in that product, 5180. And I'll see that it costs $4.35. So now I'm going to come in and I'm going to edit this price. I'm going to put in 4.35 and I'm going to keep the retail price locked. I'll say save, and you'll note that it says $7.40. That's because it calculates our retail based off of the cost price you put in. I'm going to copy, Control C to copy 435. I'm going to manually go through all of my Hanes products, unlock costs, Control V to paste. This one, paste. This one, paste. And this one, paste. Manually updating each one of these. Now, there's one last thing to do, and you'll note that the double extra large shows the same price as the extra large. It needs to be $2 more. So I'm going to do one last thing. I'm going to click on this. It was at $7.40. I'm going to unlock and make that $9.40 and save that. So that manually adjusted all of my Hanes beefy teas so that they show the correct price. Now this job is done and I can send it to my customer. What I do is I go up and I say send. I don't allow my customer to make online payments, but I can log my retail prices and show quote in customer portal. Now I'll preview and send. And on this email, you can adjust to say anything that you need to do. There's a preset email that usually works for their quote. But if you have to put any more information, you can do that at this time. So I can put in, please note that the Hanes beefy teas are out of size medium. Let us know if you would like to substitute for another color or size. And then I can send that quote. Now you'll see that there's a send to up here, vibo88@gmail.com. If I wanted to add somebody else, I could type in their email address. So custom@blitzapparel.co. And I could add that manually by pressing the plus icon. Thank you, Mike. And now I can send this, and my customer has their quote. Now you'll note that there are tier settings here. So let's say that my customer reached out and they wanted for me to fill out a quote, and they're going to want it within 2 weeks exactly. Well, that's going to fall within the urgent workdays category. And I have a little bit of latitude that I could decide if I wanted to dial back my standard time to accommodate their proposed due date. And I'm fine doing that as long as our schedule can accommodate it. I don't want to take the standard fee though and bump it down very low, like 5 working days or something like that. Now, in order for this job to go on schedule, they're going to have to place this order on their end. And sometimes customers will miss that. They will just respond in an email saying, oh, this looks great. That doesn't push the job through. They have to actually place the order in order for it to go through. So let's say that the customer called you and they couldn't figure out our software and they wanted you to go ahead and push the job through and make it an invoice even without them pressing the place order button. What you would do is come up here to what's called the hamburger icon, and you would say convert to invoice. And once you convert it to invoice, it's going to jump straight over into the other software. I'm not going to do that right now. The last thing that you can know about creating a quote is click Edit Tier Settings, Multi-Tier, and you can click it single tier, and instead that will only give them one option for their turnaround time. Let's say that we're really busy and there's no way, even if they paid extra, that we could do urgent or blitz. then we'll just change it to standard and adjust our work days to whatever we wish, and we can save that. And now you'll see that instead of 3 price settings at the bottom, there's 1 price setting. All of this can be adjusted at any time before they've placed the order. After they've placed the order, I'm going to come up here to Teesom and click. Oop, I've been logged out. After they place the order, it's going to appear on our screen like this. And so I can go in and make changes from here. And that's all I have to say about that.